Hi, my loves, welcome to another long video. In this video, I'll talk about all the criticism of Ahyeon. She is a member in a girl group called Baby Monster at YG Entertainment that just debuted, and she is getting a lot of hate for the way she is performing. This video is not about hating her, but to point out why does she get all the criticism and so on. This video will have 4 parts: singing, that also includes rap, dance, stage presence, which also includes face expressions, and her behavior. These are all my opinions, and agree or not, everyone has their opinions, and I respect it. I think we all know what to expect in this video. I may sound toxic, but it's just my opinions expressing with you, and also, before continuing, I do not hate her or I'm trying to bring her down. Okay, enough yapping, let's start the video. The main criticism Ahyeon faces is about her vocals, particularly that she tends to scream, especially on high notes. I agree with the netizens, she does scream, and it can be quite annoying. When she holds the high notes for too long, it often sounds worse than the recording. I'm not a singer or a professional, but it clearly sounds bad. Even YG himself told her to calm her voice down. From an expert's perspective, the delivery of the note was horrible, too pitchy and noisy. It should be softer. That being said, she is a great vocalist. As I mentioned, I'm not an expert, but she seems to be damaging her vocal cords because she doesn't use the proper technique. It's also been reported that the staff even adjusted her microphone to tone down the screaming. I think she'll learn to control her voice as she gets older. Now let's talk about her rap. I really love her flow and pronunciation when she's rapping, but I don't like when she literally screams into the mic just to hype up the audience. For example, like this. Honestly, I like how she's rapping right now, but at times it feels like she's forcing herself to fit the current standards of rappers, which makes it come across as unnatural and forced. Sometimes, it even sounds more like she's having a conversation rather than delivering a proper rap. It's gotten to the point where I've stopped watching their live performances because of Ahyeon. It really annoys me. The only reason I stopped watching her fan cams is her dance and expressions, but we'll get to that point. Undoubtedly, she has potential, but she still needs a lot of training and practice to improve over time. I admire idols who give 100% to their dance, but she's someone I can't imagine watching as a dancer for 8 years. It's honestly embarrassing to watch her perform. I'm unsure if she's struggling to control her energy or if she's doing it intentionally, but either way, it's difficult to watch. Something definitely changed after her debut. She had so much promise when she was a trainee. Here is before and now of her performance. Now, despite people saying she's toned it down, her dancing still hasn't improved. It's not just a lack of technique, but her energy feels almost absent. At this point, she barely moves during performances, only doing a few motions before stopping. There's no passion or precision in her steps. And it's frustrating because I know she can do better. It's disappointing to see how much she's holding back when she was once so full of potential. Even when she hits the moves, it feels like she's going through the motions, without the spark or intensity needed to truly stand out. It's not just that she dances without control, but she also adds unnecessary movements and doesn't complete the steps properly. I would really love to see her perform with more precision and finish her moves. For example, like this. You can't call someone who just sticks their tongue out, screams, or overdances is stage presence. Stage presence is a performer's ability to capture and hold the audience's attention through confidence, charisma, and how they carry themselves on stage. She doesn't do any of that here, so I wouldn't say she has strong stage presence or any at all. I love her confidence on stage, but that's just the minimum she gives us. I really love when idols perform in their 100% with their expressions, but Ahyeon is not the idol that I really want to see her perform. She performs like she's the only one on stage and forgets that she's in a group. There's a difference between matching energy and losing it altogether. She needs to understand that being part of a group means working together. Otherwise, what's the point of being in a group? Everyone must coordinate to look perfect. If one person messes up, it can create a chaotic and uncoordinated performance. The same goes for Ahyeon. I don't see a united group in their performances when she acts like that. It's essential for all members to harmonize and support each other to truly shine as a group. Everyone is synchronized, and then there's Ahyeon on the side popping really hard when it's not needed. She's good, but she was overdancing at first, almost like she didn't care about the other members and was just trying to outshine them. She looked more like a soloist. Then after a while, she wasn't even dancing in sync with the group. First, she was overdancing, and then she barely put in any effort. For example, like this. Or adding unnecessary movements that doesn't even look good. Now, let's talk about her energy. It seems she can't control her energy properly, which might be why her performance feels off. But what bothers me the most about her stage presence is her expressions. I feel especially uncomfortable watching her facial expressions. I mean, would you feel comfortable looking at someone who's constantly biting their lip, sticking out their tongue, or moving their lips upwards like a baddie when the tone of the song is completely different? These changes can feel distracting, almost as if she's trying to overcompensate instead of letting the song's natural vibe shine through. When she frequently shifts her expressions or gestures in a way that doesn't match the song, it creates a disconnect that breaks the emotional flow. It feels as if she's more focused on standing out with exaggerated moves than on conveying the song's message, which can be off-putting and makes it hard to fully appreciate her performance. I agree they were a bit too harsh, but I didn't see any unnecessary hate. She was mainly criticized for her performance, and honestly, they're right, it doesn't look good. Her fans keep asking, are you happy she lost her smile? But how can someone lose their smile just because people point out areas for improvement in their performance? No one's giving her death threats or constantly hating on her, they just want to see her perform well without overdoing it. She's also acting somewhat childish, like, you want less energy? Fine, this is what you get. She either doesn't make any expressions or, when she does, she bites her lip or appears overly stiff. She's still young, though, so hopefully, as she matures, she'll improve. She needs to understand that giving the right amount of energy doesn't mean overdoing it. Otherwise, what's the point of being in a group and working as a team, even at the airport? She should remember that as a rookie idol, professionalism is also important. Acting scared doesn't look good. That's part of what training is for. Being an idol means staying professional in all settings. What I'm trying to say is she is acting childish, and it's reasonable because she is a child, but there are some things that she needs to understand. What is she doing eventually? That brings us to the end of the video. Thank you for watching until the end. Let me know your thoughts as well, and just to be clear, I don't hate her or wish to bring her down in any way.